So today we'll continue my adventures in Turkey as a solo female traveler. Today we're going to explore other landmarks, both the historical and the impactful, my quick trip to Cappadocia, and the rest of my time in Istanbul. Let's get right into it. My first stop is the Topkapi Palace. You will get lost in this beauty. It's best to have a guide when you visit here, and they offer you audio guides at the front office, but I like roaming freely, so I was solo. Okay, I'm excited. I'm going into the place, or one of the places that's most anticipated, and that is the Harem, where the Sultan entertained all his concubines, where Harem Sultan lived, and Sultan Suleiman visited. Now here is where the Sultan reigned. It wasn't only his primary residence, but also where he handled state affairs and indulged in a very luxurious lifestyle, the harem being the staple in this particular aspect. The chambers for Sultan Suleiman and Ashiki Hurrem Sultan were closed for restoration, so let's head over to the museum at the palace. This museum is the definition of history: historical, cultural, social, religious, you name it, you'll find it here. And what you're looking at are some of Sultan Suleiman's swords. Pinch me, guys. Here we have some more paraphernalia that the sultans wore. I must admit, I'm not sure if these were worn during military campaigns or for official ceremonies. And here we have the sword of Mehmet the Conqueror. He could have worn this when he conquered Constantinople, now Istanbul, or maybe otherwise. Now listen, I'm not saying it is, but this could be a blood diamond. Plate wares, tea wares, party wares, and any kind of wares, really, with gold crusted, pearls crusted, ruby crusted, dusted crusted, you name it, also here. And speaking of jewels, these are jewels, actual literal jewels. I'm looking at sapphires, topaz, rubies. And if that is not enough to wow you guys, we have here a fragment of John the Baptist's arm. We have the footprint of the Prophet Muhammad and the staff of the Prophet Moses, and more. I'm checking off my bucket list. Now it's time to head to another palace. Alright, so Dolmabache Palace, what to say about it? I don't know, it screams ostentatious. This palace was not built with humility in mind. A quick wiki check shows that it was actually built to compete with other palaces throughout Europe during that era. It was later used as a residence for Mustafa Kemal Ataturk, and was the founder of modern-day Turkey. It was also the place that he died on November 10th, 1938. And in hindsight, it explains a lot of the activity, as I had gone to visit the palace on the anniversary of that date. The area was tight with security. The palace was jam-packed with tourists such as myself, so we were quickly ushered in and out in only a small portion of the palace, but what I did get to see, wow. So moving on from palaces, next we have the Basilica Cistern, which is the largest of several cisterns, and it provided water filtration during the earlier centuries. I admit I had hyped this up a little bit in my mind, and after visiting, I felt very underwhelmed, yet I'm still happy that I went, because if you don't try, then you don't know. Didn't really understand most of the placement, so I'll give them my own assessment. That's the machine from Matrix. Medusa, how are you? Freedom! Annie, okay. Okay, Annie, you're okay. Absolutely no idea. Yeah, no idea. Okay. Okay, so after feeling just a teeny tiny full of Istanbul, it was time to head to Cappadocia, land of beautiful horses. So I only got to spend one day in Cappadocia, but sometimes these things work out. My trip to Cappadocia was a marvel to see and a wonder to feel. Hands down, 5 out of 5 experience. Sadly, my overnight bus did arrive late, so I had missed the underground tour and to tour the other landmarks that are unique only to Cappadocia, but I did not let that ruin my trip, so we're forging full speed ahead. With a magical, and I repeat, a magical sunset horse riding tour. Some bad days and I've had good days, but this day it was a really great day. Later that night, I went to see a Turkish dance show, which definitely felt touristy, but I did not care. I'm enjoying my vacation, but first, the Muslim call to prayer, an absolute delight, but more on that later. We're gonna make a teeny tiny stop. Here. I have with me an antique shop in a little nook in Cappadocia. It has antique radios and TVs, which we were the human remotes for. Oh, that's the key from Harry Potter, and I do love me this red number. I'm sorry I didn't buy it. So tonight I'm gonna watch a Turkish show. Let's see how it goes. Teşekkürler. Told him why it went twice. Still brought more doing, but let's be gracious and I'll just take it. Hun, I don't know what you're doing, but don't try it. Don't try it! The show was okay for the dance, but it was an even better night for meeting new friends, to chat, to laugh, and to enjoy the night away with. A new dawn emerges with a new opportunity to do a hot air balloon ride, the most notable thing you can do in Cappadocia, Turkey. But first, let's just catch this magical sunrise. And I'm all out of narration. I've had a wonderful time in Cappadocia. Best one day in any location that I've ever had. Amazing tour guides. They were wonderful. Book with turkey balloons. I'm smiling from ear to ear, just reliving it, and just, yeah, it was a good one. Chasing stars and holding you. So I would say this is my first far travel, and it has been a dream come true, and I've loved most of it now. Also guys, if you're scared to do it, if it's just you don't have any friends to come or family members, please do it. I can definitely state that Istanbul is a very safe place, at least for a solo black traveler. That's a really big deal, and I've encountered no racism, no sort of brush off. They're very helpful. I've been lost every day, all day. They're very helpful. Maybe others don't have that story, and that's fine. I'm not going to whitewash anyone else's story, but I can say for me, it has been a dream come true. I haven't regretted anything. And see you guys soon. Thank you, and delicious. Bye bye.